Hello and welcome to What's New into On Commander Pro version 4.16. So 4.16, you have a lot of new things that appeared. See, yeah, I'm full always on top, so I can also click here. So first, the directory table. Before it was saving the search history. So if I would typing like installer in there, then it will show, here and there. Now, when you restart the application, you don't have the history anymore. Basically, because you can always add a bookmark if you have something interesting you want to save. Then we have show the matching file, the tooltip. So you have some file system like LST file system that can map to a real file. So when you have a tooltip with a mouse on the file, you will see the matching file. When you have hidden folders, so let me go here, you see the icons are a bit more transparent for hidden folders. Directory tree, so just a bug fix that make sure the directory is readable before listing the files in the directory. And image thumbnails, also a small fix that basically if we stop the image loader if it's still in progress when we just decide to close the panel. Then we have a new panel kind of type. So and this time is WSL. So let's put it in a new window. Let's go to this directory anyway. So the window is started, and here you see now I have so that's Windows Subsystem for Linux version 2.0, and I can execute some command here. It's just I can also add it in a tab if I want, so I can also do the same thing, and then send a new tab. So let's put it Linux. Okay, and I have a Windows Subsystem in a new tab. Also, when you start basically git bash, so for example, if you install WSL, you may also have bash in your path. So git bash now makes sure that you also have that is come from a git directory. So in this case, if I start it, you see I have a git bash here. So and not the standard bash. Then, yeah, so you can see that now I'm on the light theme in this case. So I can this. Let me check. I'm using flat light, and basically, so when I start a new shell, it will be with a black background and a light gray font. Okay, so if it's a dark theme, then we keep the same colors. Applet Runner. So if let's put a new Applet Runner somewhere. Do you have it? Yes. Applet. Oh. Okay, here no. Okay, so now the icons here are working. So now for the actions. So when we were copying or moving, we also check again that the info file still exists, for example. We have new actions. So if I press, for example, F9 and I'll search for add tab from presets. So I can do, for example, one of the presets is dual table, and it would go to selected files as dual table. We can add, say, let's put a shared as some tables. So you see here are the preset. So tab name, I can rename it, for example, test. And basically it will add, you see, this tab called test with what I add in the preset. So 2 tabs plus a command line, for example. Then you have copy with rename files. So if I do again F9, select some file first, copy, and rename files. So basically, yeah, I can copy there, but check to have some other files. C, okay, mine. And then here you can say, okay, I want to rename, for example, installer to test, for example. You can also use regefs, and basically it will copy the file and at the same time rename them at the destination. So it's like two operations in one, but you never know, maybe at the destination you already have existing files, so at the same time it avoids you, also it may avoid you some time. And then you have another thing that is execute command. So execute command, so let me do it here. So here basically you can execute a command and it will be on the directory that you've selected, and you can select if it's on the command line, PowerShell, Cygwin, or the ones that you have installed. So let's say git bash, I want to execute ls, and then it will open a new window and execute, go to the directory that you're in, and then execute the command that you want. The show calendar is now in the middle of the application, so it doesn't remember the last location anymore. Execute action, show OK button when it can be executed. So basically, if I go there, you see I don't have anything yet selected. But if I go like maybe not test, but as soon as I can press enter, then the OK button is enabled. And if I don't have anything, it's disabled. And also in the same things, you used to have some bookmarks also, because there were also some actions, but now they're not showing anymore in there. So when you add a panel, then if you click here, then if you provide empty tab name, then it will be, the OK button will be disabled. And if you had only one tab, then when we are using a clone tab, basically it was creating a tab with no name. So this is also fixed. And also sometimes you had some valid option at the startup when you were starting the application. And here you had some action that was not showing or that were disabled. So this is also fixed. The files, so now you have in the root, if I go to the root, you have one that's called system volume information. So basically this one is not accessible, so make sure you cannot find search in there. Also detecting, as you can see now, if I go to roots, it will show also WSL's localhost in the list of the files for Ubuntu. And also if you have Docker installed, then you have the same thing for Docker desktop and Docker desktop data. If you were copying files basically to a network drive like this, there was some problems, so this is also fixed. And also same thing for when I was restarting, it was also incorrectly passing the file name. Improve detection of OneDrive directories. So you may have like a personal OneDrive and a company OneDrive. So this is also now supported. Upcoming, probably in the next release, a new file system, new file systems. There was something about removing the old icons, so the icon that you see for the files. Also filtering on hidden files should also include the ones that you have defined in the settings. That's mean here also, and not only files that are hidden in the system. And also if I go back here, now the color, you can also adapt the transparency. So here you can also adapt the transparency of the color. And if you were going to a location that was generating an error, now you'll see you used to have an empty error, and now it's going to show the error. Bookmark have improved. Now you see the bookmarks are like a more compact place, so I can go there. It will still go to the full bookmark, but you'll see in the list that it can be a bit shorter. And same thing when you manage the bookmarks. Here it's much better, so you have the name that you can even change and the full URL in this case. But you can also, it's easier to drag and drop, to edit and so on, and it works many bug fixes over there. And then there was a library that was not used, and also we had a lot of improvement in the application framework. So kind of for this part you can go this, and here you can see the different improvements, but that's more like internal. Okay, thank you for watching. So you can download it at oncommander.com, and see you for the next release.